All right, I've been all around YouTube and Google and reading books about this Hebrew Israelite or African Hebrew Israelite dialogue studies or whatever you call it. And I noticed in the comments a lot of people down the fact that um there can't be any Negro who has Hebrew DNA or what have you. But in the midst of watching all that, I kind of see that some of these people are racist or one-sided or have double standards. Now I'm with you on making sure we have facts straight and everything Gucci, but the one thing I noticed though, everybody knows that the Hebrew Israelites had to been a darker skinned people. I'm not necessarily saying they started off Negro like some people say, but they was a dark skinned people, right? So, but everybody can accept that the Khazar Jews or the European Jews, they are descendants of Israelites, right? Bet, cool. Through a DNA gene called the Cohen gene or whatever. But when you're looking at them, you can obviously tell that they have mingled with the people around them, right? Cool. But okay, so in that retrospect, all that's fine, all that's acceptable. And I noticed on another video, other people that claimed that they had DNA of the Israelite Hebrews background, they coming from East Asia, um, everywhere. They come from all around the world, and they welcome them in with big arms. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on in. From East Africa, come on in. But when we get to the point of saying that the American Negroes have Hebrew Israelite DNA in them, oh, no, you wrong, or it can't be right, or you niggas making up lies, or you speaking false. But if my thought serves me correct, all throughout the Bible, the Hebrews or the Israelites was mixing with other races. Not only other Shemitic races, but Hamites and Japhites. But when it came to us, it was disregarded or it came. So I see that y'all are racist and you don't know it subconsciously because no way you can actually say unless you got the eyes to look into a man's blood and see the Hebrew DNA, and then everybody's going off of one person's DNA or one family. That's the coin. But from what I understand, there was Hebrew Israelites. There was many of them, so there might be some more bloodlines or some more DNA markers of Hebrew Israelites that we are not studying. We're just going off one, the coin, and saying, okay, then this means you Hebrew. But they don't leave. They don't. That's like singling out the whole Hebrew bloodline to one person or one family group, the coins, which is not true. History shows us that Hebrew Israelites migrated to many places. One of the places was in West Africa, and they stayed there. Never heard they came up out of there or none of that. So, what's so hard to believe that they went up in there and didn't have a little jungle fever, or whether the child was a bastard or whether or not a what? Period. What I'm trying to say is, from my understanding, if you have the DNA, some people say it comes from the father, some people say it comes from the mother. I'm not. Period, though. If a Jewish person had made it or went to West Africa, it's safe to say that over them years, whether it was their grandkids, somebody had to mix with a Negro. And once that happened, that biracial child was of Hebrew lineage. And this person being secluded off into mostly around nothing but black Negroes, most likely they made it with another Negro and got darker and got darker. And you can see where I'm going with this. Over the years, they had to have been mixing. So who's to say by the time the white man came and got us, they were so mixed up How can you tell me that the Jews, or that there's no Jewish or no Hebrew Israelite DNA mixed in with the Negroes? That lets me know that you are a racist, and you cannot see past your own racism and past your own thoughts. Because if you can accept that there are Hebrew Israelites in Ethiopia, or the Limba tribe have Hebrew genes in them, or people from East Asia. And when I seen the people from East Asia, the Oriental people, or Chinese, or wherever they came from, these were the dark-skinned East Asians. These weren't even the light-skinned East Asians you see on TV. These folks was dark. They was darker than me, darker than Barack Obama. You know what I'm saying? The Hebrew Israelites that came out of East Africa, they darker than me, darker than Barack Obama. So you know what I'm saying? So if it was good for the Jewish to go to the East and mate with some dark-skinned Burmese or Cambodians or whoever, or the dark, what make you think they got the Africans and seen them beautiful black women with them beautiful physiques, and they didn't marry one of them? But then it shows in history that they had synagogues, Jewish synagogues, and whatever. So what I'm just saying, people, please quit making stupid comments. Unless you got a microscope or something, and you actually looking into Negroes' DNA, and then y'all looking for one DNA marker. That's the Cohen. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm just trying to break that down and just trying to get you to see a lighter, kind of reflect back on yourself and ask yourself, where are these comments coming from? Do I truly believe that the Negroes have no Hebrew DNA in them? Or I'm just saying this because I don't like Negroes? Actually ask it. Because we know when we got over here, okay then, you got some white people saying, okay, well, y'all niggas are not the Hebrew Israelites, we are. Well, when we got over here, we couldn't stop you from raping our women. Me, myself, I'm a light-skinned, so I know that I have some white in me somewhere. And I know dark-skinned people that had their great-great-grandparents were white. So even if you are the Hebrew Israelites, you put the gene in us. You see what I'm saying? So please stop it with all this bullshit, and let's use some common sense here. You know what I'm saying? You cannot tell who's a Hebrew Israelite or not. In the Bible, he called them lost sheep. That mean they'll be lost. He said he spreaded them in all other places. One place said beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. So I'm not understanding this at no point. I'm not getting down to how did they start off? Were they originally black? Most likely they were. I mean, you have them mating with Hamites, other Shemites, Japhet, whoever. All I'm trying to say is, people, when we study, let's try to empty our minds of the ego and try to attack this situation or go forth into this situation with some common sense, please. That's all. Thank you and shalom.